Hello and welcome to Let's Play Dragon Ball Z Legendary Super Warriors, with your host as always, Mah-Dry-Bread. This is for the Game Boy Color. I remember beating this game countless times as a kid. Really fun, kind of a card battle style game. I don't think too many people remember this game, so let's jump right in. Now it says continue here. That's because I'm recording this on my computer, of course. And I do have a save file in this, but I'm just going to save over it. I don't see the point of keeping it. I originally played this game actually back on a Game Boy Color. So, let's see if I can remember how to get every character. The game restarts, but data is saved. Overwrite current save, restart game. The translation's a little meh, I'll warn you now. Yes. So long ago, no one knows. Sacred stones came to our world. I notice there's a little bit of audio distortion. I think it's just the emulator, and I apologize for that. The music of this game really is good. If 7 are collected, a dragon appears. I forgot how bad the font is in this game. I need my glasses. The dragon is able to grant a single wish. These stones are Dragon Balls. Now a quest for them has begun. Ooh, look at this color palette. There is a boy called Gohan. His dream is to be a scientist. I don't think he had a dream to be a scientist yet. He could hardly speak. He lived happily with his parents. Until... ellipsis. I'm sorry, ellipsis. Whoa, jeez, he's got no pupils. A man appeared. He said he was the brother of Goku, Gohan's father. This man, Raditz, ellipsis, said Goku's real name was Kakarot. He also said Goku was a Saiyan from the planet Vegeta. Raditz asked Goku to join him. The Saiyan's work is selling stars. They eliminate any opposition. When Goku rejected Raditz's Raditz offer. It's not Raditz's. Ellipsis. Raditz took Gohan as his hostage. I'm illiterate. I'm sorry. Goku prepared to fight for Gohan, but Raditz was terribly strong. Gohan. Yeah? Gohan, ellipsis. Dad? Special beam cannon! And there's a really awesome shot for Game Boy Advance of Piccolo's special beam cannon impaling Raditz and Goku. Dad! I guess it's just Dad! Story 1. Evil Mentor. Gohan's training, and the apostrophe is supposed to be between the N and the S, but it's not. Huh? What happened to me? Ouch! You woke up. Hey, Piccolo! Okay, that should not be the reaction you're getting. Piccolo's like the longtime rival of Goku at the beginning of the series. This is the very start of Dragon Ball Z, by the way. Goku was beat. Sacrificed himself to beat Raditz. 6 months later, Gohan had trained hard with Piccolo. Yeah, Piccolo basically kidnapped Gohan, because in the story, Piccolo knew that 2 stronger Saiyans than Raditz were coming to Earth. So all the Z Warriors, or Z Warriors, because that's how the letter is pronounced. I hate the translation of that show. All the Z Warriors are training furiously for the next 6 months to fight them. Sorry for all the backstories, just those of you not familiar with Dragon Ball Z should really get familiar with Dragon Ball Z, great series. You think you're such a tough guy? No, it doesn't. You survive this harsh training, ellipsis, but you still have much to learn, ellipsis. Listen up. In 6 months, Saiyans will come. Your father lost to defeat one. I think you mean died. This time, there will be 2. I feel like I'm reading a fanfic. Even if your father, Goku, ellipsis, is resurrected by the Dragon Balls, comma, he and I will not be able to win. So, you must learn to fight by them. By then? Okay. We cannot win without you! Will I really be able to help, ellipsis? Like I said, Ellipsis, you have great potential. If I teach you how to fight, Ellipsis, you'll be strong. Just remember, Ellipsis, Earth's destiny is in your hands. Let's continue. Yes! Ouch! Ouch! Again, Ellipsis, I guess there was a time fade there that we didn't see. What, you're tired already, Ellipsis? Okay, I'll take a break. Flashbacks here. Woo! I feel much better after that rest. I better go back to Piccolo soon. Now, in between every battle, you're gonna have these little scenes where you're a character and you can move around. Always mash the button on the environment, because every once in a while you can find cards. And I don't think you can find any cards here. Not that I remember, at least. Always check corners and stuff. Corners tend to have them. Out-of-place rocks, little bushes. And you can find a card. Let's go talk to Piccolo, though. Now remember, it's very important you get all of his questions right, or else you won't be able to get Piccolo and Vegeta on your first playthrough. You seem to be getting better, Ellipsis. I shall teach you how to fight. Alternate between attack and guard to win. Attacking is known as attack phase. Guarding is known as defense phase. A turn is both an attack and a guard. Battle is based on using cards. I shall give you this card. You received attack stage 3. Press start to select your system screen. Check your cards, select list, blah blah blah. List. All I have is this card, so in my deck, I guess I'll just add that card, although I don't need it because that card is completely worthless. Every character can use that card as many times as they want by default. I believe I just talked to him again now. I'll talk to him from behind! There are 5 kinds of cards. Command cards for basic attacks, damage cards for beam, damage and beam cards for mega attacks, guard cards for avoiding damage, support cards to give you a battle advantage. I got a command card. Command cards input command. In the timeline you need, I can explain this so much better than he can. You need to save up card cost to use this card. Card cost, the points needed for attack, beam, guard, and support. Attack and guard are carried out by saving up command cards, right? That's right, so Ellipsis. I hid a jar with a card in it. Go and get it. But there's a trick. Okay, so there are these little pots we have to find. It'll ask us a question, and you have to get it right, because like I said before, I believe the game's forgiving and it gives you second chances, but if you don't get them all right the first try, then you miss out on getting both Vegeta and Piccolo on your first playthrough, and that's major. Especially considering Vegeta and Piccolo are some of my favorite characters. What about the cost of using a command card? Reduce or save? Again, this is a really poor translation. The answer is save. Ding! You receive 4-stage attack. Now this is actually a card you want in your deck. Early on is kinda useful. Is that the only card he hit? Okay. Alright. Attack is used to defeat an enemy. No, really. The cards you can use in the attack phase are limited. You can use the command, damage, beam, and support cards. I can't use the guard card. Ellipsis, in my attack phase, boo-hoo. That's right. This time I hit a card in a jar, but there are 2 jars. Be careful. Okay. Be careful, the jars will jump out and eat your face. I botched the song there. Which phase can damage cards be used in? Attack? Ding! I got Can't Punch. I guess that's a continue punch, is what it's supposed to mean. It's basically the weakest of the melee moves in the game. I can't remember what they call melee in this game. I'm sure he'll tell me soon. Ooh, my throat hurts. I think he just told me, actually. What cards can be used in the attack phase? Beam or guard? Obviously beam. Energy Bomb, that's the weakest of the beam cards. Energy Bomb is just a straight up single energy shot. It's very weak, but it's good for finishing off an opponent if they're near death. Now, I always go, I think it's called Limit, is actually the melee in this game. We'll talk about guard afterwards. Cards are usable in the defense phase, support cards and guard cards. So support cards can be used in either phase. Yes, but effects are different in each phase, so ellipsis. Try combinations. Got it. Don't give up even if the guard fails. The higher the CC, more damage occurs. Turn the tables. Okay. I hid a card. My throat's getting sore all of a sudden. There's 2 jars. Good luck. Which phase can a guard card be used in? Well, defense. You received Endurance. Now this is a good card through the entire game. Endurance is just, you straight up block the move. Let's go through the card list. There are a lot of cards in this game. That's one of the last ones, of course. Looks like 125 cards. Endurance is you straight up block any beam or melee move. And you take, I believe, it's half damage. Of course, you have to use it when they're using it. What the hell, let's save. What about support cards? Okay. I don't know what NG stands for. No-go? I don't know. And that question didn't really make sense. Another poor translation, but the answer is okay. Reading Kai, I don't actually remember what this one does. So I think it's defense? Accuracy goes up. Accuracy to 100%. Only costs 4 points. So basically, it guarantees your next shot will not be dodged unless they use a card that specifically dodges it. Very good. Especially for its low cost. That if you want to be extra careful with a low accuracy move, you can use that. I think you have the battle basics. Save costs. Save cost by using command cards. Use cost points for mega attacks. Man, I need some of this chai tea. Sounds good. Just like the chai tea. Shall we get our training started? Yes. Alright. I want to ask you question before we start. There are 2 types of attack, beam attacks and defeat attacks. Another poor translation, defeat is close range. I'll call it melee and energy for the purpose of this, but just know that the game calls it beam and defeat. Which attack do you want to use? Now this is major. This will determine what kind of deck he gives you in the beginning. It'll also determine throughout the entire game, when you search random locations and you find a card, it'll determine what card you get for a lot of those. In the past, I've always gone for defeat and for the melee. I want to switch it up. I'm going for beam, I'm going for energy attacks this playthrough. So let's do it. Just ellipsis, just as I thought. Take this. Punches me in the stomach. No. You receive a beam type deck. Organize the cards for battle on the system screen. There are 2 ways to organize cards. By character as a limited attack, or by putting 20 of them in your deck for a joint attack. I helped this time, but you're on your own from now on. Yes. You can't use a card right after you organize it. You must gather power in order to limit attacks. Now when he says organize, he means draw the card from your deck. Again, poor translation. So I can't do a limited attack if I don't gather power. Yes. Cards in your deck must be in your hand to use them. You randomly draw cards into your hand during the attack phase. 1 card per attack phase. Okay. You can carry up to 5 cards to the next phase. Remember that. You'll get the hang of it when you fight. Learn as you play. Got it. Okay, let's get started with the training and whatever that said. Gohan and Piccolo continued training. Then one day, the sky turned dark so suddenly. The dragon, Goku is back, ellipsis. That must mean, ellipsis. The Saiyans are arriving early. Gohan, this is the final lesson. Time for the first fight. This is the prep screen before the fight with the awesome music. Now, I know this has been kind of a long episode, because I plan to do 1 chapter per episode. But for this first episode, there was a ton of talking and everything. It was the whole tutorial, so I'm actually going to do the fight next episode. But this episode, I will show you this whole screen and how it works, because I like to be informative. It says on the right, total 22. I believe that's just your total cards, so I have 22 cards in total. And these are unique cards, I believe, because you can't get multiples of cards, obviously, you can put multiple in your deck. I believe with a limit of 3. Joint, that is, I believe, how many cards you have out of 20 in your deck. I think it's out of 20. Team list? Is it list it's under? No, that's a list of every card in the game. Okay. How many are in a page? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you have 20 cards. So joint is that. Sorry, I haven't played this game in years. And team 1 out of 1. That just means you have one character selected and you can have one character selected. Because there are double fights in this game, but never triple. Status is where you can look at your list of characters. Right now, I only have page 1 unlocked, but there are quite a few characters in this game. Every character you fight in the game, you can also use in the game. Although the bad guys you have to unlock on your second playthrough. So let's just look at Gohan here. There's a limit and detail. Limit is character based, where you have 3 cards, where if you charge up your energy for an attack phase, you'll be able to use these ones as many times as you want at will for 2 turns, and you can charge at any attack phase. Also, they'll be powered up. So we have Kant Kick, which is the second weakest of the melee moves, and Masenko Ha, which is a powerful energy beam that Gohan and Piccolo both use. Oops, forgot to show you. Detail. This is where it shows your character's stats. You can level up to, I believe, level 5 is the max. And each level, you will put a star next to either life, strength, ki, or speed to increase it. With life being your character's health, strength being how much damage you deal with melee attacks, ki being how much damage you deal with an energy attack, and speed determining dodge chance, I believe hit chance, and I think it also orders whoever's the highest speed will get the first attack phase. Deck is simply just editing your deck and putting cards in it, taking cards out. Team, you're just setting up what character you want to use, or characters in the event of a double one. List is a list of every single card you have and how many you have. Also, the 0 beside them, I believe, is how many are in your deck currently. Actually, no, maybe it's how many spare you have, because I seem to have 0 on all of them. And save is obviously to save your game before the battle. Exit is to do the battle. I'm just going to give my deck a quick look over for useless cards. Actually, is this already ordered? Sort. You see, stage 3 attack, I don't want that. Is it using full spirit and key reading? It looks like I only have... It says I had 22 cards. Do I have anything else I want to use? So I believe the 0 on the side is how many you have in reserve. I'm just gonna quickly look through, see if I have anything in reserve I'd rather have. Looks like I'm unlucky and don't have any yet, but every time you win a match, you can pick between some cards, so that does help. So it looks like I'm stuck with this deck. And the deck is fairly tailor-made for Gohan, because it does have moves like Masenko, which is Gohan and Piccolo only, Kamehameha, which many of the Z warriors can use. So, we're gonna save here, and tomorrow we're gonna have our first fight. So until then, have a nice day!